Imagine driving down a lonely Oklahoma road and finding a truck parked in the middle of nowhere, doors unlocked, engine off, keys still inside. But the family who owned it, gone. No footprints, no struggle, just vanished. This is the story of the Jamisons, a family whose disappearance still haunts investigators, even 15 years later. Because what they left behind made no sense at all. In 2009, Bobby and Sherilynn Jamison seemed like any other couple trying to start fresh. They lived with their 6-year-old daughter Madyson in Eufaula, Oklahoma, a quiet, rural area surrounded by woods and lakes. But behind their smiles, friends say something had changed. Bobby had recently been in a bad car accident. He was in pain, depressed, and often distant. Sherilynn, too, had been battling her own struggles. The couple talked about moving off-grid, building a new life in the mountains near Red Oak. They packed their truck with supplies, a GPS, a small amount of food, and $32,000 in cash. Then one October afternoon, they drove off. They never came back. 8 days later, a local hunter spotted their white pickup truck abandoned on a remote dirt road in the woods. Inside were all their belongings: wallets, IDs, phones, even Madyson's favorite dog, Maisie, still alive but barely hanging on. It looked as if the family had stepped out for a moment and just vanished. There were no signs of a struggle, no blood, no broken glass. But what truly puzzled investigators was what they did find: a GPS device showing the route to that very spot. And inside Bobby's phone, a chilling photo of Madyson, taken the day they disappeared. She's sitting in the woods, arms crossed, expression blank, almost like she's posing or scared. At first, police suspected foul play, maybe a robbery gone wrong. But why leave all that cash behind? Then came other, stranger theories. Some believed the Jamisons were involved in drugs, that they'd been meeting someone in the woods to make a deal. Others thought they'd joined a cult, or even that Bobby's father, who had a history of violent threats, might have been involved. But there was something darker too. Sherilynn's friend told police she'd once painted strange messages on their storage container, warning off evil spirits. And Bobby had told his pastor the house was haunted, that he'd seen ghosts and heard voices. Could it be mental illness? Or something else? For years, the case went cold. Then in 2013, hunters stumbled upon something deep in the woods: 3 skeletal remains lying just 3 miles from where the truck had been found. DNA confirmed what everyone feared. It was Bobby, Sherilynn, and little Madyson. But even with the bodies found, the mystery only deepened. There were no signs of trauma, no bullet holes, nothing to suggest how they died. It was as if they'd simply lain down in the woods and never gotten back up. To this day, no one knows what truly happened to the Jamison family. Did they lose their way and die of exposure in the wilderness? Were they running from something or someone? Or was it something darker, something no one can explain? All we know is that one fall afternoon, a happy little family drove into the Oklahoma woods and vanished without a trace. Sometimes the scariest mysteries aren't the ones we imagine. They're the ones that happen in our own backyard.